Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Cooking with the Captain. Guess what? I'm the captain. And we're about to cook. Now, I'm super tired. So if I flub up a little bit, I've been working. Don't even want to go into it, but I had a really busy weekend. But now it's time to actually reap the rewards of that. I have this big piece of salmon here. I've got some lemon, an English cucumber, some red onion, a couple of tomatoes, a block of feta cheese, some olives. It's out of the frame, but dill, sea salt, pepper, oregano, and extra virgin olive oil. So what we're going to make today is a Greek style salmon. Now the Greeks don't eat a lot of salmon. Last time I was there, I saw it on the menu, but when I said, "Hey Dad, they have salmon," he said, "How the hell would I want to come to Greece and eat salmon?" So I don't even know if it's native over there, but if so, it's not something that they're used to eating. So we ate a lot of other types of psaria while we were there, fish. So we're gonna make this Greek style salmon with some lemon and oregano on the salmon itself before we bake it. But we're gonna take and marinate feta cheese with some tomatoes, some cucumbers, some black olives, some onion, some of the spices and stuff that I've mentioned. And we're gonna make that as a topping for a crisp, cool topping for this baked salmon that's gonna be baked with lemon and pepper and a little oregano, like I said. So, all right, let's get going. We have to get all this stuff prepared. It's not all ready yet. So I'm gonna zip through that, and once I get done, I'll give you a rundown on what all we have and how I'm gonna go the next steps. Okay, so the plan is we have cubed feta. I went ahead and cubed up more than the recipe actually calls for. I put the salmon in two different pans because it was just too freaking big to put in one. And I do want to put it in something so that I can put something. I don't want to just cook it on a cooking sheet, mainly because I'm going to be making bread on that cookie sheet. But put this in two pans, and I'm going to paper towel it. And then I'm gonna season it with salt, pepper, a little oregano, lemon, and a little bit of lemon juice from here. And then I'm just gonna let it sit, and I'm gonna make start marinating the feta. So it's a quarter cup olive oil, about a tablespoon of garlic, about a tablespoon of oregano, a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Shake them in there. Black pepper, which I haven't put in yet. About a cup or so of feta. I'm gonna put that, maybe a little more because we just love this stuff. Kind of make it big when I make it. And a quarter cup of kalamata olives. Again, cheers. If it's just you watching this by yourself, yasu. If there are more than one of you watching at this moment, yasas. Any reason to take another drink of wine. So the next thing we have to do is we have all this ready. We need to dice up some onion. So we're gonna dice up about a quarter cup of red onion for the marinade for the feta. What do you think? Needs more cucumber? I think it needs more cucumber. I usually keep these jars of 2 kilo jars of true kalamata pitted. I don't prefer pitted, but sometimes it's using them cooking. They're easier, but in salads and stuff, which is where I always use them, I prefer the ones with pits, but this is what I can find. They're good. They're true kalamata olives. It's a beautiful region in Greece with thousands and thousands of olive trees just as far as you can see. It's amazing. But kalamata olives, about a cup or so of tomato, half a cup of cucumber. That English cucumber, you saw in there that the English cucumber has smaller / fewer seeds, so it's good when you're making tzatziki. It's good in things like this, so that I don't mind it in salads, but when you have smaller pieces like this, sometimes you just get a mouthful of seeds. So got that, and about 2 tablespoons of dill, and about a 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of red onion. All this stuff is, adjust it to the way you like it. You like more onion, put more onion, you know? Don't go exactly by the recipe. Look at it and go, you know it'd be good? Let's do that. Now don't do Ruby and go, you know it'd be good? Tartar sauce, right? Because anyway, sorry, misunderstood. But I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna pour off some of it onto my fish, and then I'm going to put the salt and pepper, always salt and pepper, and a little olive oil. This is gonna cover for the olive oil, so no olive oil. A little salt and pepper, and then I'm gonna let that marinate for a little bit. I'd love to let it marinate overnight, but I have to eat this for lunch tomorrow, and it's already 7 o'clock. So I'll marinate this for a ½ hour or so, and then throw it in the oven, maybe an hour, and then throw it in the oven. Meanwhile, I'll be working on my bread. Giddy up.
Putting the thicker ones on the thicker part of the meat, and I'm putting the thinner ones down, or the thinner the meat is, I'm using the thinner ones because you don't always cut them exact. So I'm gonna spread this out just a little bit. And
I think I'm gonna go and add some oregano to this, just for color. And then, because I'm Greek, and this is how we do it. Cover that with plastic wrap. Do the other one the same way, and start making bread. So just wanted to take a moment while we're cleaning up to say, if you appreciate anything about this at all, please give us a subscribe, thumbs up this video, leave a comment, but most importantly, subscribe. Engage with us and subscribe. My life may depend on it. And I sharpen those knives. I am scared of them. Thanks for watching. Here's the rest of the video.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Both of these have been marinating overnight. This one I just added a little bit of rosemary to, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and just cover it in foil and bake it at about 350 for roughly 20-22 minutes. This one I'm gonna take and I'm gonna cut into slabs, maybe 4 slabs, and I'm gonna do what I call crispy skin salmon. And this stuff is fantastic. So I was about to shoot more video, but she came in to eat.
This is good.
So I got the salmon. What? What? Your chicken butt. So I got the salmon finished. It baked for about 22 minutes. I covered it in foil. I don't think I showed you that, but I did cover it in foil because the top will dry out on stuff like that if you don't. And took it out, and now I have this bit to take to lunch for lunch tomorrow, as well as what I'm calling the Greek slaw to go with it, because when this is hot, that on top really makes a great combination. But what I'm about to do now
Peekaboo.
is beat my wife with a pogo stick.
Peekaboo.
Don't, if you're gonna interrupt things, get in the picture. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, which was the bigger part of the salmon, and I'm gonna do what I call crispy skin salmon. So I'm gonna prepare it, and then I'm gonna cook it, and then I'm gonna go beat my wife. What are you doing?
Peekaboo.
There is no peekaboo. I see you. It's all over the game. It's not a game if you stand in the middle of the floor and go peekaboo. No, that's raw.
Ooh.
I mean, it's sashimi quality, but
Is that the one that you're gonna fry?
yeah,
Oh.
this is the one I'm fried.
Hey, everybody.
She says with her mouth full. Didn't your mama teach you nothing? Obviously.
I taught myself.
You didn't teach yourself much. I'm having a squat down here because I'm trying to get the meat, the fish, and everything in the same shot. And it's I need a little bit taller. I don't know. The geometry just isn't working out. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this salmon and I'm going to prepare it to get a crispy skin. She's messing with me again.
You're a slider.
I'm a what?
A slider.
I am a squatter right now because if I stood up straight, I'd be up here. But crispy skin salmon, which means getting a pan screaming hot, getting the fish ready, and then putting it in skin side down so that it crisps up really nicely. And so that's what we're about to do. So step one is to remove the salmon from the marinade that I've had it in. Step two is to take a very sharp knife and I just sharpened these. I just sharpened these knives just a few minutes ago. I sharpened these knives just a few minutes ago. Whatever she says, she's a heretic and she's not telling the truth. The key to this is to slit the back side of the skin. Take it, roll it up nice and tight. And if you have a good sharp knife, you can get some little slits right in the back of this. Doesn't need to be very deep. That right there is perfect. That'll keep this from rolling up and messing up when we're trying to get that nice, pretty sear on it. If your knife won't do this, sharpen it. Don't be afraid to sharpen your knives. I sharpen mine all the time because things just work better when you have a good sharp knife. Then we'll let it cook about 2/3 of the way through, and then we'll flip it over and cook it for maybe 1 more minute, and then it's done. And if you want to leave it a little undercooked because it's salmon and it's fresh, you can do that. And then tomorrow when you heat it up at work in the microwave, it'll finish cooking off and it won't be overly dry. So a little under, if you're cooking for lunch like I am, a little under is frequently a great idea for the next day. So this is the salmon I just took out. I seared it, left it a little bit uncooked in the middle, but it's flaky. Such a good range of flavor, not just lemon, but the rosemary. So tasty. So light and flaky. And like I said, because I left it uncooked a little in the middle, maybe a more than I expected, when I microwave it tomorrow, it won't turn into a bunch of overcooked, dry fish. So good. Well, here goes. This is the crispy skin salmon with a little bit of the topping. I'm sure it tastes wonderful all by itself, but the topping just elevates it. Yes. So the salmon really is really good. Nice and warm. Now it's fully cooked, but not overcooked. And the addition of the cold, crispy, lemony topping, the slaw, if you will, really elevates it, makes it fantastic. really a good dish. Not very difficult to cook, but make sure you give your salmon plenty of time to marinate. The longer you can give it, the better it'll be. If you like this as much as I do, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and check back often to see what else we're getting into.